All right, y'all. Here we go for the Breeders' Cup Classic. As most of you probably know, Argangelo's out. A little bit upset about that, but the races must go on. I think that changes the race quite a bit without him being in there. Um, so let's just go ahead and get into it now. For those of you that are familiar with the scenery, uh, first of all, the had a Constitution and the Declaration of Independence hanging up behind me. And the Constitution's been hanging on by a thread. Um, and a couple weeks ago, it just fell off. I mean, the wear and tear on it just got to it after a while. So I wanted to see how long it could hang on before I replaced it. But the Constitution is falling. And then those of you wondering why there's a refrigerator behind me, the answer to that is that's a great question. Let's get into these horses. Number one, Arcangelo Scratch. Number two, Zandon. Now, we know this horse has been around for a while, on the Derby Trail. A lot of people kind of like this horse. Um, 12 to 1 they got on the morning odds. Uh, LaFranco Dettori's riding him. I thought that was kind of strange. He's been ridden by Jose Ortiz, Flavian Pratt, uh, bunch of guys in this race. I think Johnny Velasquez might have ridden him once or twice there, or Joe Rosario. Um, Not bad. I always thought the horse lacked a step. Um, he's older now, obviously. Um, Picked it up a notch. Got a win in the Woodward, which I thought was a good win. Second in the Whitney, second in the Met Mile. That was a Cody's Wish got the best out of him, I think, in that race. But it was a long time ago since he won that Bluegrass Stakes, and he didn't win another race until winning the Woodward. So back in form, I guess you could say, for Zandon. The Franco Dettori, hey, he's not a local guy, but he's come over here and he's made noise. He's been racing over here in the Breeders' Cup now for seems like a couple decades. So I think he's a viable play on this one. Maybe an upgrade. Maybe the horse and he just get along a little bit better. I don't know. I think he's probably going to be in the mix though. Number three, White Abario. 4 to 1. I read Ortiz Jr. riding this one. Rick Dutro trained. Horse is out of race day. That's a Tapit horse. Mother's father's Into Mischief. So that's pretty decent. People questioning Into Mischief. Um, hey, we'll let history decide on that one. But a win in that Whitney. Got the win over Zandon in that one. Now, White Barrio before that, third in that Met Mile, beaten by Zandon in that one. Um, but he went a long time without a win too. He was the Florida Derby winner. It was the year before last, or Derby, Florida Derby before last. Um, Not much after that from White Barrio, eighth in the Pacific or the Pegasus. And you got to win at Gulfstream. Ran in that Met Mile, got third, got that win in that Whitney. So he seems to be back into form as well. I read Ortiz Jr. Hey, if I got to pick somebody these days, that's who I'd go with. So I think White Barrio once again also in play. Obviously, I mean the morning odds on him at 4 to 1 kind of indicate that. I think him and Zandon should be pretty equal. They got Zandon at 12 to 1. Maybe it's the breeding. Zandon's out of Upstart. Get the much stronger with the Tapit and Into Mischief with White Barrio and the Irad Ortiz. So maybe that, I don't know if it's worth that much, but they got it at 4 to 1 for whatever that's worth. Sure, these odds are going to be all over the place on race day. But another decent entry for the Breeders' Cup Classic there, White Barrio. Number 4, Missed the Cut. Strange entry. Won in this Tokyo Cup, Santa Anita last out. It's mile and a half win. Fourth in the Del Mar handicap before that. They got him at 31 for a reason, though. Luis Saez is riding him. He's ridden all over the world, ridden in Great Britain, France, Saudi Arabia. Most of his races have been on turf. He's got a little bit of experience with the distance, but most of the races on turf, I don't know. I think you got to probably have some inside information to really like this horse, or maybe you just want to try to get lucky. That's what I think it's going to take for that horse to win. Number 5, Derma Sotogake. And these Japanese horses now, but Japanese horses have been making a lot of noise recently. It's a big deal difference racing over here in the States versus other tracks across the world, though. 20-1 they got on this horse, which I mean, it's a bit disrespectful. I don't think he's that far out of it. 6th in the Kentucky Derby, which, hey, that's a pretty good, if you look over history, running 6th in the Derby is still pretty decent because of the chaos and madness that goes on in that race. So 6th in the Derby, had a win in the UAE Derby before that, 3rd in the Saudi Derby. He had 3 straight wins in Japan coming into this. So, he's dominating Japan, take him to the next level. Competitive. I think he's a little better than Missed the Cut, I'd say. Still probably a long shot. Horses out of Mind Your Biscuits. Not too much to say on the breeding for that one. So that's Derma Sotogake. Have what is Christophe? I'm sure it's Christophe, but I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong about that. Lamari is the jockey on him. He's in the mix. I just don't think. Pardon me. Just don't think he's gonna be able to do much. I think he's gonna be a bit outclassed in this one. It's just how I see it. Number 6, Saudi Crown. Here's where it really starts to get interesting, I think. I mean, not what Barrio and Sandon aren't interesting. 12-1, Florent Geroux on this Brad Cox horse. Out of all ways, dreaming. Tap it on the other side. Pennsylvania Derby winner, 2nd in the Jim Dandy, 2nd in the Dwyer. This horse is a front runner. Pretty sure he's going to go out there and go for the lead. I think he could control this race. Workouts are amazing on this horse. I mean, no, let me take that back. I'm not going to overuse amazing like the millennials do. The workouts are solid on this horse. 112-6, 111-6, 48 1 minute of 59. That's consistently good. Those are solid workouts. I wouldn't say they're amazing or anything. And coming off that win in the Pennsylvania is decent, but that's the Pennsylvania Derby. I think he's going to have to take control of this one. I mean, as with all front runners, I think the only chance you really got is to really dominate the other horses, and I mean, you just got to go for it. Almost like not even. You just run to set the record. You know what I mean? You don't even pay attention to the other horses. I think he's going to have to go. Not sure Florent Geroux is the guy that's just going to go with him like that. They got him at 12-1. I think that might come down a little bit, but they got him at 12-1. I'm not sure Florent Geroux is going to be able to get him to do what he needs to do, even though I think the horse is capable of winning. But we'll see. Number 7, Clapton. Tyler Gaffleone on this one. This horse is out of Brethren, which is a distorted humor horse. Father's Fleet Alex. So you're looking at some strong breeding with that one. I think so. Distorted humor, the funny side thing, and distorted humor's produced a lot of other good horses. Decent time on this horse, I guess you could say. 20-1 odds. I don't know. Might be a bit high. Might be worth the value. I don't know. Depending on what the odds. It's probably going to go up, honestly. Last out win in the Lucas Classic. 4th in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Yeah. Put in the Ghost Zapper. I want to put that in there. The Ghost Zapper. The Ghost Zapper. That was the last time he really ran a decent race. Um, the rest of them, he just either wasn't into it, didn't get the position. Um, I don't think he's completely out of the mix though. The odds go up enough on Clapton, you might want to look at doing something with him. I don't know if he could win, maybe. This kind of race, if the pace gets too hot, anybody could win. Because most of these horses are at least capable. And I think Clapton, if you want to play that angle, if the odds get really big, you're going to play something crazy happening, you might want to go with Clapton, I'm saying. Number 8, Ushba Tisomo. I think that's it. I hope I said that. All right. Another Japanese horse. I apologize. I forgot. Yeah, the jockey's name. I don't want to mess it up. So it's why Kawanda. I looked it up before. Didn't make a note of it though. Anyway, coming off 6 straight wins. Nothing impressive though. Did win the Dubai World Cup. Take that back. Won the Dubai World Cup for what that's worth. I mean, that's that race. I don't know about that race sometimes. But anyway, 6 straight wins. He came across first. Last was in the Nippon TV. Now, Japanese breeding out of Orfair. We're going to leave it at that. 4-1 they got on this horse. I think that a lot of it is the 6-1, the 6 straight. 4-1, I think, is really low odds for this horse. I haven't seen him produce anything time worthy of being that, despite the 6 wins. Those weren't wins in the U.S. So we'll see what he can do. I think 4-1's a bit generous. I think the betting public in the United States will think so as well. Probably going to go up. If you want to play that win streak and think, hey, the horse, he just didn't run that fast because you didn't need to. So, hey, if you want to play that, I think you're going to need better than 4-1 odds. So, hopefully for you all think that it goes up for you. Number 9, Senor Buscador, mine shaft horse. 30-1 on this one. Giovanni Franco riding him. This one a bit questionable as to why he's in here. I mean, he won the San Diego Handicap. After that, 4th in the Pacific Classic, 3rd in the Awesome again. Is that Breeders' Cup Classic material? I don't think so. I'm going to say that straight up. I don't think that you should be able to be in this race with that kind of a resume. But anyway, it is what it is. He is competitive, nonetheless, in these races. And something goes awry, he could get the win. He's not really that slow. So 30-1 is still probably too high of horses odds for this horse. So like I said, something goes crazy, something breaks down. Hey, he might be worth throwing something on for a long shot. Number 10, Dreamlike. 30-1 on this one as well in the morning odds. Jose Ortiz riding him. Todd Pletcher trained horse. His father's Gunrunner, Breeders' Cup Classic champion. I mean, that speaks for itself. Who's out of Candy Ride, mother's father's Tappets. I mean, this horse has a lot on his resume, except speed. Second, the Pennsylvania Derby. He's 3rd in this allowance at Saratoga. Way off in that one. Last one was in this maiden special weight at Saratoga. So I don't really know if Dreamlike is the way you want to go, unless you're really just trying to play the resume. The jockey's got the resume. The trainers certainly got the resume, and the breeding. Like I said, his father won the race. I guess there is an angle on that. 30-1 morning odds. I guess that's about right. Number 11, Bright Future. 10-1. Johnny Velasquez riding this one. Todd Pletcher's the trainer. So, I mean, you got that Pletcher Velasquez combo, which is, I don't know the actual stats on it, but I mean, if you look at New York racing and Saratoga um, and Belmont and Aqueduct stats, I mean, I'm sure that Pletcher Velasquez combo has got to be somewhere in the record books. So they're bringing it back here for the Breeders' Cup. This horse is out of Curlin. Um, Mother's Father's Bellamy Road. Bellamy Road, another horse, showed a lot of speed. Took the 2005 Derby, for those of you who remember that one. I don't know, I think they overhyped Bellamy Road, but they went out to try to destroy this horse, and thus they created one of the most insane horse races you've ever seen in your life. Check it out, 05 Derby. Giacomo um, ended up being the winner of it was one of the fastest paced derby. It was in the mud. I mean, they were flying around. It was something else. It was something else. Check that out when you got time on YouTube. There, '05 Derby. Anyway, back on track here. 10-1 in the morning odds here with Johnny Velasquez. Probably not going to stay there because it's Pletcher Velasquez, and I think somebody's probably going to come in and drop, several $1,000s on that. I mean, there's going to be tens of thousands. Somebody big is going to drop money on it too, probably because of what it is. Got to win in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Got to win in optional claimer. Before that, it's Saratoga. Eighth in the Brooklyn, 48 lengths off the leader. Now, that was a mile and a half. Probably too much for him. That's what I'm thinking. But a mile and a quarter coming off that win in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Pletcher Velasquez, I think he looks pretty solid. I mean, he's run some solid races, a couple 134s. He was in 134 miles, got a win in one of those early in his career. So he's shown he's got the speed to do it. Will the race favor him in the pace? I don't know about that. We'll see. Number 12, Arabian Night. Now, this horse is going to have something to say about it. They got him as 3-1 favorite. Morning line favorite. Flavian Pratt's riding him, trained by Bob Bafferts. We know about that. Going to take the lead, I'm sure. I'm probably saying that Arabian Night's going to be the leader over Saudi Crown. Strange with this, the influence that this Arabian Peninsula is having on this race, but they're influential in the world. Arabian Night and Saudi Crown going to take out, probably get the lead in this one. I think Arabian Night's going to take it. It just seems to be that he's going to want it more, and Baffert's going to push it. And Flavian Pratt's going to do what Baffert says. So expect Arabian Night to get the lead. Good lifetime career. I mean, he's at 4-3. Oh, he's what's 4 races. He's won 3 out of 4. Ran third the other time. Third in the Haskell, though. So up against tough 3-year-old competition. Didn't get it done there. Probably needed to be more aggressive, in my opinion, in that race. Like I said, he's got to blow him away. Other than that, you got to win in the Pacific Classics, got to win in the Southwest before the Haskell, and got a win in a maiden. Probably the best of this horse is yet to be seen. Gonna be hard to count. I mean, he always hits the board. It's kind of hard to count him out. Don't know if he has the speed for this one though. That's going to be the thing. He's going to have to control the race for real. I think he's not only going to have to take the lead. I think he's going to have to block a couple of other horses to be able to not block. You know what I mean? Just kind of make it annoying for them to be able to pass him. If Pratt can do that, I think he could win. I don't know if he'll be able to hold out though. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. I don't know if we'll be able to hold it. I'm going to be able to hold up. Number 13, Proxy. This horse feels like he's been racing forever. Joe Rosario is on him now. He's been ridden by a bunch of people before. Um, Proxy, I didn't look up his life record. I should have, because it seems like I did look it up. He's like 9 seconds and like 7 first, but he runs second a whole lot. Um, Always competitive. Last out, second place, Jockey Club Gold Cup by a nose. Um, got a win in the Monmouth before that. Got a win in the Oaklawn Handicap, eighth in the Stephen Foster though. So Proxy, hard to take him to win. I just gotta say, it's hard to take Proxy to win. Hey, sometimes maybe this is his time. He's been racing forever, never really had that big win. Maybe this is the one. He's got Rosario on him. They got him at 12-1 morning odds. I think that's definitely a good play for him. Just don't know if I really like him to win. Definitely like him to be competitive though. Uh, as I said before, the pace of this one. I think it's going to be Saudi Crown Arabian Night without a doubt in front. Um, I kind of think Proxy may sit near there, and Bright Future a little off of that. Everybody else, I think, is probably going to hang out and try to hope the pace collapses. I do think the pace is going to collapse. I think they probably go about a 46-4 in that opening quarter or opening half. In the three quarters, it's tough to call three quarters because it depends on when they decide to go and who's going. But I'm kind of thinking about a 111-3. Um, I don't think Arabian Night can hold the lead. I think he will have too much pressure from Saudi Crown. I think Saudi Crown's a faster horse. I think Saudi Crown ends up passing him. Um, I don't think Saudi Crown's going to hit the board though. I think that we got Bright Future running him down, and I think Proxy's going to run him down. And I've also got Zandon and White Abario coming and running him down. And I got Bright Future. I'm going with the Fletcher Velasquez on this one. Um, Another trophy for Johnny V. Uh, I think Bright Future's going to be the beneficiary of Arcangelo not being in this one. Um, I think it's just going to open it up for Bright Future to have a bright future. So I think he's got the speed. He's going to be in the best position. I think this pace is going to collapse. In short. I've got White Abario running second. I got Irad Ortiz Jr. charging from off the pace, however, a bit too late. And I think he's gonna end up hitting second. Third place, I'm going with Proxy, Joe Rosario. I think he'll be in there. Horse is competitive, definitely. He's got a lot of stamina. Hasn't necessarily shown speed to win in these big ones, so I don't think he's going to have it in this one. And fourth place, for what it's worth, I got Zandon. Now, it's kind of tough with these foreign horses. With the times, you don't really know what they've faced before. We really don't know how tough they are. At 4-1, I just can't put anything on Ushba. Can't do it. That's nah. You have to have some big. Now maybe I could find some room for Derma Sotogake in the exotics or something if the odds get up there enough. Uh, he did run in the Derby, sixth place, won the UAE, ran in Saudi. He's been around. I don't know if he can win it, though. I like Bright Future. I think it's going to be Bright Future. You all let me know what you think in the comments.